Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Gaura Premanande. So Hare Krishna everyone. It's a small, close group today. So I will present my talk accordingly. I'm going to read from Srimad Bhagavatam today. Let me just get to my verse. The two verses that I want to talk. Okay. So the first verse we are reading today is Canto 6, Chapter 3, Text 20, and there's a continuation text of 21. So before we start, let's invoke auspiciousness by chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. You want to repeat after me, or should I just read my mind? Repeat? Okay. I'll try to be slow and easy. Swayambhu Narada Shambhu.
Swayambhu Narada Shambhu.
Swayambhu Narada Shambhu.
Swayambhu Narada Shambhu.
Kumara Kapilo Manu.
Kumara Kapilo Manu.
Kumara Kapilo Manu.
Kumara Kapilo Manu.
Prallado Janako Bhishmo.
Pralado Janako
Prallado Janako Bhishmo.
Pralado Janako Bhishmo.
Balir Vaya Sakir Vayam. Balir Vaya Sakir Vayam. I'll read complete text. Swayambhu Narada Shambhu Kumara Kapilo Manu Prallado Janako Bhishmo Balir Vaya Sakir Vayam. So this is Yamaraj addressing his servants when they returned back from the earth after failing to capture the soul of Ajamil. And they questioned that we have never failed in a mission. This is the first time we face a failure. So who is the ultimate authority? So Yamaraj, being the ultimate authority for them, is listing 12 Mahajanas here, 12 authorities of the religion. And I will come to the point later once we read the translation. And there's a continuation of text 21. We just read text 20. So count. Lord Brahma, Bhagavan Narad, Lord Shiva, the four Kumaras, Lord Kapila, Swayambhu Manu, Prahlad Maharaj, Janak Maharaj, Grandfather Bhishma, Bali Maharaj, Shukdev Goswami, and I myself know the real religious principles. My dear servants, this transcendental religious principle, which is known as Bhagavad Dharma, or surrender unto the Supreme Lord and love for Him, is uncontaminated by the material modes of nature. It is very confidential and very difficult for ordinary human beings to understand. But if by chance one fortunately understands it, he is immediately liberated, and thus he returns home back to Godhead. So let's chant our pranams. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaham Dadati Swapadantikam. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Welcome to Sunday. It's a close group. I think I know every one of you, so it's easy for me to speak. So, month of Kartik, you see Yashoda Damodar are seated here. You all know we have been offering our lambs, hearing about the glories of month of Kartik. And I believe tomorrow is Diwali or Deepavali, according to the personal calendar. Many devotees have spoken in the past about Radha Damodar, or the day of Diwali is the day when Lord Ramchandra came back from the 14-year exile. And it's also the day when the Ukhal Bandhan Leela, Krishna was tied to the grinding mortar and was crawling between the trees of Yamana Arjuna, and the trees fell down. And so all this pastime you all know already. So that's going to happen tomorrow. That is the day when it happened, when Sri Krishna was present on this earth in Vrindavan. But 2 days after that, we have Govardhan Puja. That's in our calendar. So Govardhan Puja is the day when Krishna worshipped Govardhan Hill along with Brajavasis and did the parikrama of Govardhan So that is the day of Govardhan Puja. And after that, Indra tormented all his powers on Brajavasis, and Krishna lifted the Giriraj Govardhan for 7 days. And then Krishna finally put back Govardhan after 7 days, and Indra pacified and offered prayer. So these pastimes you will hear gradually in day, or next Sunday we are celebrating Govardhan Puja. You will be hearing more of the Govardhan pastimes, hopefully on that day. And apart from that, this Saturday we are celebrating the disappearance of our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who disappeared from this world in 1977 in November. So we will hear his glories and about him on Saturday. So quite a few festivals coming up. But I thought, let me speak on something that is not usually spoken or not well known among the devotee community. So if you look at the calendar, along with Govardhan Puja and Go Puja, when you worship at the house also, there is a Bali Daitaraj Puja. If you have Vaishnava calendars, go home and check. Right? So who is Bali Daitaraj? That we just read in this. He's one of the 12 Mahajanas, or the personalities who know dharma, religion, or religious principles. He's one of them, Bali Maharaj. He's the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. Daityaraj means he's a demon. He took birth in the lineage of demons, so that's why he's called Daitya. And Raj, because he was a king, he was a very powerful king. Now today, what we are going to speak is, so I gave an introduction about who is Bali Maharaj, and the day when he will be worshipped or remembered. Now, I will bring you to the principle of discussion that we are doing. This is Srimad Bhagavatam again, Canto 10, Chapter 88, Text 8. Shri Bhagavan Vacha, Sasyaham Anugrahami, Harishe Tadhanam Shanai, Tato Dhanam Tejanti Asya, Swajana Dukha Dukhitam. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, if I especially favor someone, I gradually deprive him of his wealth. Then the relatives and their friends of such, and then the relatives and friends of such poverty-stricken men abandon him. In this way, he suffers one distress after another. Krishna is saying here that if I favor someone, I take away all of his wealth. That's his favor. But what happens? The consequences are his friends, his family, they abandon him, and he faces distress after distress. But what's the end result? He remembers Krishna. So Krishna says, Yasya Anugrahami, whom I especially favor. It's not everyone. The same situation happened with Bali Maharaj. So if you know, it's a long story how Vamanadev appeared. Most of us know here, Chalayasi Vikramani Adbhuta Vamana. So Vamanadev appeared and Chalayasi, he tricked Bali Maharaj. Padanakani Rajanita Janapavan. So with his toenail, he broke the outer layer of universe and Ganga came down. So that's the story. He begged for 3 feet of land from Bali Maharaj was performing yajna. But before that, when Bali Maharaj was performing yajna, he was as demon, he was fighting with demigods, and he was killed. Bali Maharaj was killed in the fight. Indra had killed Bali Maharaj, but Shukracharya, who is the guru of demons, he knows a special trick, not a trick, a special way to bring the dead people back. That's only him, only he can do, not others. So after he was brought back in the light, Bali Maharaj thought that this world is not a good place. Everyone is dying, everyone is struggling. Let me serve devotees of the Lord. So he started serving the Brahmanas and the Vaishnavas, and he did yajnas. And during one such yajna, Vamanadev, who appeared as a dwarf boy, not even a man, a boy, maybe 10, 11 years of age, and he begged for 3 feet of land. Bali Maharaj, of course, he was very, very pleased. He knew that he was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even his guru told him that you are being put in a situation where I will not be able to help you. So don't give him anything, don't promise anything. But being the duty of king, he said, yes, I will give whatever you want. Just 3 steps of land. So Bali Maharaj was looking at the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he was very happy, and he said, let me do you a favor. I can switch you with a demon, big, giant demons, and they can probably leap over 2-3 cities for you, and you can have a bigger piece of land. Vamanadev said, no, I'll use my tiny feet. And then with 1 feet, he covered all the lower planetary systems. With another, he covered the higher planetary systems. And after that, Lord instructed Garuda to bind Bali Maharaj with Varun Pash, the weapon of Varuna. So this is just a setting, or I was just setting the scene here for our discussion. So we have a situation here, a devotee of Lord Bali, who is a grandson of Prahlad Maharaj, very devoted, religious, never did anything irreligious. And he promised something, and he fulfilled his promise. And Lord took everything that he had, because at that time Bali Maharaj was king of the entire world. And after taking all, the Lord, who is, in Bhagavad Gita, he says, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. He says, offer me a little leaf, a flower, or a fruit. If nothing, just offer me water. Right? I will be sold to you if you do this. Right? He's called Bhavagrahi Janardhan. Even if you don't, innumerable examples. Vidurani, the wife of Vidura, she was offering the fields to Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna accepted. When he was Lord Ram, Shabri was offering him half-chewed fruits. So many examples you find in the history. But here we have Bali Maharaj, who is offering everything that he had, or everything you could possibly have in the entire world. And the Lord is still saying that, go, find him. So at the time, Brahmaji comes from his Brahmaloka, riding on a swan. And there's a wife of Bali Maharaj, witnessing the entire episode being, a drama being performed. And Lord Brahma says, my Lord, who's more kinder than you? If anyone offers you few words of prayers, you sell yourself to him or her. And then this person, you fulfill his promise, he's religious, and he offered you everything that he had, and you are still binding him. So this question was initially asked by Parikshit Maharaj to Shukdev Goswami. Parikshit Maharaj says that, my dear Lord, why is that Lord Vishnu, who appeared as Vamana, he took everything from Bali Maharaj, sent him to the lower planetary system, and after doing that, he's asking Varuna to bind him, asking Garuda to bind with the Varun part. So this question is not to doubt the activities of the Lord. Sometimes we question, why did Lord do like that? This is not, appropriate for the Lord to do. So, Shukdev Goswami says that if you have heard, Dharma tu sakshat bhagavad pranitam. So whatever Lord does or says is Dharma. So there is no way you can question his activities. So even the sages and Parikshit Maharaj was not questioning what Lord did, but they were curious to know why would Lord do like this. And this is what Lord said. If I favor an individual or my devotee, I usually take everything from him. And then what happens is Lord displays his affectionate behavior, and he promises to Bali Maharaj. Then when Bali Maharaj goes to Sutala, the lower planetary hellish systems, he will personally protect his door gate, and not him only, all the residents of Sutala Loka. And after saying that, Lord goes as a gatekeeper to Sutala Loka. And there is a story also, and I don't know if usually this festival is more celebrated in southern India, where they remember Bali Maharaj today. And in those regions, there is a story saying that when Lord was when he was guarding the gates of Sutala, Lakshmi ji came to find him because Lord had left Vaikuntha and come to Sutala Loka. And Lakshmi ji came looking after him. And there with Bali Maharaj, she exchanged what you call Raksha Sutra. So in some regions, they celebrate Bhai Dooj. Sisters and brothers, they reciprocate each other with their love and affection. But for us, there are a few lessons to learn. First thing is surrender everything to the Lord. That's what Bali Maharaj did. He offered everything that he had in 2 steps, and in the 3rd step, he offered himself. Right? And the next thing to learn is the kindness of Lord. Sometimes his actions may feel harsh, may feel injustice, or against the human moral code that we have set in this world. But the lessons to learn is that we keep our principles together, like Bali Maharaj did not deviate, even though he knew that he will be betrayed. Even though his Guru Maharaj, if you read the entire story, Shukracharya, he cursed him during the conversation. He cursed Bali Maharaj, saying that if you do this, you'll be cursed. But Bali Maharaj didn't change his plan. The reason is the same story that we heard. Guru Nasasya, Matra Nasasya, Pitra Nasasya. If you cannot deliver your dependence, you're not eligible to be a guru, you're not eligible to be a mother, a father, a parent, or a guardian. So if your guru is advising against the religious principles or against the principle of devotional service, then he's no longer your guru. So Bali Maharaj, even though he wanted to serve his guru, and that same Shukracharya gave him the life, the second life, he wanted to serve him, but when that guru went against the principles of religion, Bali Maharaj fixed his mind and his thoughts on the devotional service, on the process of devotion, and made his decision to serve the Lord rather than serving his guru who was against the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So on that day, try to remember the sacrifice of Bali Maharaj, the mood and the attitude of Bali Maharaj that keeps us inspired. And again, you have Govardhan Puja, so you can probably offer something to your deity Krishna. Krishna also said in Srimad Bhagavatam, Shailo Asmi, I am that Shila. So when Krishna was worshipping Govardhan, and the sound came from Giriraj Govardhan, the Govardhan Shila, the Shailo Asmi, I am the Lord. So bring everything to me. And he started eating all the offerings that Brajavasis had bought for him. That's Govardhan Puja. I have one more text to read if we have time, so probably we can read. Just switching between the tabs. Okay, I'm reading what Lord Brahma said that we already discussed. This is Canto 8, where the episode of Bali Maharaj comes, chapter 22 and text 21. Lord Brahma said, O well-wisher, and the master of all living entities, O worshipable deity of all demigods, O all-pervading Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now this man has been sufficiently punished, for you have taken everything. Now you can release him. He does not deserve to be punished. This is Lord Brahma saying what he feels. Bali Maharaj had already offered everything to your lordship. Without hesitation, he has offered his land, the planets, whatever else he earned by his pious activities, including even his body. By offering even water, newly grown grass, there's a type of grass, flower buds at your lotus feet, those who maintain no mental duplicity can achieve the most exalted position within the spiritual world. This Bali Maharaj, without duplicity, has offered everything in the three worlds. How then can he deserve to suffer from arrest? The Lord replies, my Lord Brahma, because of the material opulence of a foolish person, becomes dull-witted and mad. Thus, he has no respect for anyone within the three worlds and defies even my authority. To such person, again, this is a different text. To such person, I show special favor by taking away all his possessions. If a human being is born in an aristocratic family or a higher status of life, if he performs wonderful activity, if he is youthful, if he has personal beauty, good education, good wealth, and if he is nonetheless not proud of his opulences, it is to be understood that he is specially favored by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So these is a list of things which are not favorable to devotional service, which is personal beauty, good education, good wealth, birth in an aristocratic family, or higher status of life. So if you have any of these are not very good things to have. But if you are not attached, then you will be favored by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's the special benediction. I'm just skimming through the... Bali Maharaj has become the most famous among the demons and non-believers. For in spite of being bereft of all material opulences, he is fixed in his devotional service. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, praising and glorifying his devotee Bali Maharaj. The Lord continued, because of his great tolerance, I have given him a place not obtainable even by the demigods. He will become the king of heavenly planet during the period of Manu, known as Savarni. So after this birth, Lord gave him the position of king of demigods for the entire life of Savarni Manu. That's a long life. I mean, that's a long time. So, and then he says, until Bali Maharaj achieves the position of king of heaven, he shall live on the planet Sutal, which was made by Vishwakarma according to my order, because it is specially protected by me. It is free from mental and bodily miseries, fatigue, dizziness, defeat, and all other disturbances. Bali Maharaj, you may now go and live there peacefully. So the action of Lord, which was looking more punishing, has turned into a blessing for Bali Maharaj and his demon dynasty. O Bali Maharaj, now you may go to planet Sutala, which is desired even by the demigods. Live there peacefully, surrounded by your friends and relatives. All good fortune unto you. So these are the final words Lord spoke to Bali Maharaj before he left that and went back to home, back to his abode. It's what we learn from all this episode, as I was just mentioning, that the qualities of surrender that Bali Maharaj possesses is even in the adverse situations. He was put to a test right in front of all his kingsmen, all his friends, families, his spiritual masters, his army, everyone. He was put to test, but he did not give up his devotional, or I would say, attitude of a devotee, that he is there to serve the Lord. That is what matters. We all would be put to a test, or I would say, we would be put through many tests throughout our life. What matters is that we stick to our devotional or our devotee attitude, always bearing in the mind that no matter what situations happen, Krishna will protect me. Avashya Rakshi Krishna Vishwasapala. The six limbs of Sharanagati, Daimya, Atma, Nivedana, Gautuk, Devarana. So, Bhaktivinoda Thakur talks about all those limbs, you can read in his songs. But when the situation arises like that, the most important is that Avashya Rakshi Krishna Vishwasapala. Krishna, you will protect me in any situation that may arise. If we keep this quality on top of everything, then our actions, our attitude, our behavior, and our thinking process will also change. Now, Bali Maharaj, though he was born in the family of demons, he showed the highest qualities of a devotee, as his grandfather Prahlad Maharaj did. So, and of course, we all knew when Lord Nrsimhadev was killing, or had killed Hiranyakashipu, and he asked that Prahlad asked for a boon. And Prahlad said, my Lord, you are right in front of me, what could I ask for more? So the Lord said, if you ask, then it will be, be a good standard set that you asked for something and I gave you, right? That shows the position of someone being superior and someone being surrendered to that person. So Prahlad Maharaj, he not asked, but he just inquired Lord that, will my father does he have to go through all the difficult, hellish life? And Lord said, no, don't worry, your generations before and your generations to come, they're already delivered. Just by your appearance in this family. All of, I think, 10 generations before and 10 generations after, they all delivered. So 21 generations. So Bali Maharaj was the second generation or third generation after Prahlad Maharaj. So he was already delivered, but he had the qualities of his grandfather, the devotional service of his grandfather that he exhibited. And also became an example for us to learn and to meditate. I have still 20 minutes. Does anyone have any questions? Or I can switch my topic.
I just have a question. It's been a while ago, a long time ago, I read surrendering of the mind amounts to surrendering of everything. Could you please comment on that?
Surrendering of mind? So what's the question? Do you want to say that? Is that better than everything else?
No. When we talk about the surrendering process, right? We
Yes.
talk about surrendering your beauty or your wealth or whatever. But then I read that surrendering of the mind equals to surrendering of everything. So I'm kind of thinking the concept is whatever you're attached to, it affects the mind, obviously. So then if you surrender the mind to Krishna, then that is the surrendering process.
Bhaktivinoda Thakur in this very beautiful song, he starts with that, the famous line, Manasa, Manasa, Deho, Deho. So mind, Manasa, Deho, so body, Geho, the house. So starting with mind, he starts his song. So yes, that is everything, because with mind, you control your actions, right? Our mind controls our actions, our behavior, our whatever, our daily life and routine. So when we dedicate or we surrender our mind, the other parts of the life will automatically follow that channel. And also it means that when you surrender your mind, that doesn't mean that you stop thinking anything else and just think, I'm just surrounded of the Lord, I'm surrounded of the Lord, I'm surrounded. No. It means practically engaging all the aspects of our day-to-day life. So when you said, let's say, I have a family, let's say in my example, I have a family, I have a wife, I have a son, I have a mother, I have a grandmother, right? I have friends, I have society. So I have all different responsibilities to each and every one of them. So when you surrender your mind, it means your actions are in line with the devotional service or devotional principles. And when you do that, Krishna karma kritva, sarva karma krita hoy. Right? This is Chaitanya Chaitamrita. It says, having the conviction that when you perform devotional service, Krishna karma or Krishna consciousness, sarva karma krita hoy. Everything else is also fulfilled. That is one aspect of it. That's partial aspect. The second aspect is yourself. So you have a relationship with your father, you serve them or serve him accordingly. You have a relationship with your wife, you have that based on the principles of devotional service. So that's one part, you're dealing with others. But when you're dealing with yourself, your activities, what do I do? If I'm working, let's say I'm a full-time professional in my life, so what you do? Think about Krishna while you're working. And when you bring the results of that job or business or whatever, being a student, you bring your results and marksheets or whatever, you offer the results to Krishna. Like when you work, you get your pay stub or paychecks, you make bhoga and offer it to Krishna. You make a home, you put an altar and serve Krishna, thinking that this is a home for my Lord and I'm here to serve him. Right? So when we put each aspect of our life centered around Krishna consciousness or centered around serving Krishna, that is surrender. Another aspect is, eagerly waiting for Lord's mercy. Situations may be favorable, may not be favorable, but whatever may arise, you keep your principles up and high. Does that answer your question?
Thank you.
Any more questions?
What about the soul? The soul is above the mind.
Sorry?
The soul is above the mind.
Soul is about money.
Yes, sir. It is on the mind. What about the soul? It's only the soul.
Soul, so it's like your mind controls your actions, right? Now, if you say that, how do you surrender soul? The soul is already part of Krishna, right? In its Satchidananda Roop, in the eternal form, it's Chinmaya, it's the same quality as Lord. Quantity, yes, we are looking like an ocean and a drop of water. So that soul is already something that you don't need to work upon. It's already Chinmaya, it's Satchidananda, right? But what you need to work upon is the bridge between the soul and the body, that's mind, right? That's like a bridge. If you break the bridge, they both won't work together very well. So when you train your mind to work in according to the religious principles, the results of that will automatically be passed to the soul. Let's say you complete your devotional service 100% in this lifetime. Your soul will go back to home, back to God. And on the other hand, if you don't do that, Punarapi Jananam, you'll take birth again, Punarapi Maranam, you'll die again. So, I don't recollect anything personally that you surrender soul, mind, body, as Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Manasa Deho Geho, Jo Kichu More. Whatever I have, I offer it to you. So our mind is ours, our body is ours, but the soul belongs to Krishna. Yes. Any more questions? No? So, we will be performing a lamp offering ceremony, or we would offer lamps to Radha Damodar. And when we do that, we sing a very beautiful prayer. It's called Damodar Ashtaka. It is compiled by none other than Vyasadeva, who is the incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when we do that, I just wanted to, since we won't have much time to read that, right? We don't have time to read the translation of Damodar. We got 10 minutes, yes. So I'm gonna here. So this is a section of Padma Puran spoken by Satyavrat Muni in conversation with Narak and Shaunak Rishi. So there are 8 verses. I will read translation of each of them and then probably to the time of Aarti. And when you go and offer your lamp, you can try to meditate on these verses. So here goes the translation. To the Supreme Lord, whose form is embodiment of eternal existence, knowledge and bliss, whose sharp-shaped earrings are swinging to and fro, who is beautifully shining in the divine realm of Gokula, who, due to the offense of breaking the pot of yogurt that his mother was churning into butter and then stealing that butter that was kept from a hanging swing, is quickly running from the wooden grinding mortar in a fear, but who has been caught from behind by her, who ran after him with greater speed. To that Supreme Personality of Lord, Sri Damodar, I offer my humble obeisances. Seeing the whipping stick in his mother's hand, he is crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his 2 lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear, and necklace of pearls around his neck, which is marked with 3 lines like a conch shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying. To this Supreme Lord, Sri Damodar, whose belly is bound not with ropes, but with his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisances. By such childhood pastimes as this, he is drowning the inhabitants of Gokul in the pools of ecstasy, and is revealing to those devotees who are absorbed in the knowledge of his supreme majesty and opulences that he is only conquered by devotees whose pure love is imbued with intimacy and is free from all conception of awe and reverence. With great love, I offer my obeisances to Lord Damodar hundreds and hundreds of times. O Lord, you are able to give all kinds of benedictions. I do not pray for you for the boon of impersonal liberation, nor the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Bal Gopal in Vrindavan may be ever manifest in my heart. For what is use of me of any other boon besides this? O Lord, your lotus face, which is encircled by the locks of soft black hair, tinged with red and is kissed again and again by Mother Yashoda. Your lips are reddish like a bimba fruit. May this beautiful vision of your lotus face be ever manifest in my heart. Thousands and thousands of benedictions are of no use to me. O Supreme Personality of Godhead, I offer my obeisances unto you. O Damodara, O Ananta, O Vishnu, O Master, O my Lord, please be pleased upon me. By showering your glance of mercy upon me, deliver this poor ignorant fool who is immersed in the ocean of worldly sorrows and become visible to my eyes. O Lord Damodara, just as the 2 sons of Kovera, Manigriva and Nalkuva were delivered from the curse of Narada and made into great devotees by you in your form as baby tied with rope to a wooden grinding mortar. In the same way, please give me your own prema bhakti. I only long for this and have no desire for any kind of liberation. O Lord Damodar, I first offer all of my obeisances to the brilliantly effulgent robe which binds your belly. I then offer my obeisances to your belly, which is the abode of the entire universe. I humbly bow down to your most beloved Srimati Radharani. I offer all obeisances to you, O Supreme Lord, who displays unlimited pastimes. Now, we'll hear one verse from Hari Bhakti Vilas that tells the importance of this month. In the month of Kartik, one should worship Lord Damodar and daily recite prayer known as Damodar Ashtam, which has been spoken by the sage Satyavrata and which attracts Lord Damodar. So, you all have the sheets with you. When you sing the song, try to sing it with your heart. Try to bring the same mood of surrender as we discussed of Bali Maharaj. Same mood as being surrendered to Krishna as Bali Maharaj did. He offered everything that he had and himself also. So keeping yourself in the same mood, let's try to offer the lamp today to Yashoda Damodar. And we'll continue these festivities. Saturday, again, reminder, Saturday, Prabhupada Disappearance Day, and Sunday, Golden Puja. There will be more announcements to come later on today, but please mark your calendars for these 2 festivals. Shri Radha Gopi Vallabha ki, Shri Bali Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada, Gaura Premanande.